It's so nice to not have any fucking school shit to do.
Yeah. Finally be done. But, like, it still doesn't feel like you're done. I think this is probably that first semester that it's ever really felt like that.
I had a really shitty semester.
Why?
Just, like, class-wise, did not do well.
It was just, like, tough, or?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't say mine was tough. It's just I wasn't interested in most of the subject matter, and that made it really difficult to just pay attention and do all the schoolwork,
Yeah.
But yeah, this is definitely the first semester that it's not felt like there's a definitive endpoint.
Yeah. Like rolling.
It's just...
rolling down a hill, just at the bottom.
Yeah, it's just I had a bunch of term stuff. It's like that was all due the week before finals, and I don't have any finals. It's just like extra little tiny assignments here and there. It's just annoying.
It's not so quick to go home.
Yeah. Hello, and welcome to the Lateral Move podcast. We are your hosts, Tony
and Harrison. In this podcast, we talk about life and life decisions. We talk about the good decisions and the bad decisions, but we mostly talk about the mediocre decisions.
You get extra time going off to Patagonia.
Yeah, that would be fun. You get to walk around, be outside for a whole month.
Yeah. I still don't really understand what you're supposed to be doing there. Like, is that just... You're just going to hike and vaguely talk about philosophy, or...
Yeah, just talk about the national parks, like what people think about them. Because it was kind of a big deal with having... Like, I'm not super well read and, like, about the issues, but I know that people for a while were upset about this really wealthy company, or company and a wealthy couple who owned, like, Patagonia, the clothing company, bought a ton of land in Chile, in Argentina, and made, like, a giant national park. Kicked a bunch of people out of their homes and, like, all that. So it was the big
Nice.
people, or, like, not out of their homes, but, like, disrupted their livelihood.
Yeah.
Like with these two wealthy white people buying a bunch of land from native Chileans. But then recently they donated all of the land back to the country. They gave it to Chile. So
it's still a national park, or a state park? What is a national park, you said?
Yeah.
So it's still a national park, it's just now owned by the government instead of private landowners.
Now Chile's making money off of it, so they're starting to change their opinions about, like, the people who bought all the land in the first place. But
yeah.
What we're going to do, though, is just walk around, and I'm going to see some really pretty, like, mountains and fields and cool animals and eat good food and have a nice break.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah. You have comps?
I have comps. I'm not excited for it, but I've heard that it's supposed to be super easy. There's one guy in my class this semester who, he's a super senior, so he's on his 5th year, and apparently he took comps last year, and he said it's super easy. It's basically like, you kind of split up into groups, and everyone gives, like, one big presentation on some subject matter. Now, obviously, I'm psych major, so everything is psych related, but I think it's just, like, someone, or like one group can do it on depression, and one group can do it on anxiety, and one group can do it on obsessive compulsive, or just, whatever it is. I don't know exactly how it works, but that's, from what I understand, that's kind of how it works.
Yeah, do you know what you're going to do yet?
No.
I guess that's fine. A couple of weeks.
Yeah, so I don't know if I'll get any information, or if it's just, like, show up on the first day, get split into groups, and then kind of go. But then I have, the big comprehensive exam on the last day, or last couple of days, or whatever it is.
Do you have to write a paper for the class? Or?
I have no idea.
I feel like I heard that you do, but...
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it's comps. They're trying to see if you understand the subject matter that you're majoring in, so...
Yeah.
I'm going to go into it with the expectation of having to write a paper and do a big presentation and do a big test. And then if any one of those things does not happen, I will be happy.
Nice. Yeah.
It's like going into TV shows and movies. You go into it with any sort of expectations, you're always going to be let down, or most of the time at least. And then you go into it with no expectations. You're like, this is going to be a terrible movie. You're like, I'm just going to go. I'm going to watch it. I'm not going to be excited about it. And you come out and you're like, oh, that was pretty good. Because you had no expectations.
You just stumble upon it and it becomes your favorite TV show.
Mm-hmm. So the big thing I want to talk about today was mistakes, and specifically mistakes that people make twice.
Yeah, like what?
Because there's maybe 2 or 3 things that I've ever made the same mistake twice. Because it was always drilled into me as a kid of like, it's okay to make a mistake as long as you learn from it and don't make the same mistake twice.
Yeah.
And then there's like 2 or 3 where I was like, damn, that was stupid. I'm not going to make that mistake again.
Mm-hmm.
And then I specifically went out of my way to make that mistake a second time.
Mm-hmm.
So like trying to date a coworker is the big one for me.
Wait, can you say that you tried to do what the second time? You made the same mistake twice, knowing that it was a mistake?
I fully knew that it was a mistake the second time that I did it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I really screwed up. But for me, the biggest one is trying to date a coworker.
Yeah.
It just, like, the first one, I was in high school. I was, like, just about to graduate. So, like, that was what it was.
Mm-hmm.
I was stupid. I didn't really know what I was doing. And it all kind of ended up all right in the end. But, like, just during it, it was, like, very clearly a mistake. And I can look back on it and be like, yeah, that was a mistake. I should not have done that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second time was worse. Because I actually did end up going out with her. And now we currently work together, and it's just a huge pain in the ass.
Yeah. Awkward.
Yeah, she total silent treatment on her part. Like, I'll go and I'll try and talk about work stuff, and it's basically all one-word answers. Yeah, no, I'm fine.
Nice, yeah.
And, like, that's almost the
wrong?
entirety. I moved on too fast, according to her.
Oh.
Something like that. I wasn't emotionally available, air quotes.
Interesting.
So, like, it was fun while it was going on, and my work has a policy of you're not supposed to date coworkers. Like, someone can be fired from that offense, and people have in the past.
Yeah.
So it was all on the down low. So no one knew about it, except obviously the 2 of us, and then I think one of the other girls that we work with, that's her friend, she, told about it. Mm-hmm. So then I got, like, weird looks the whole time stuff was going on.
A little side eye.
Yeah. Just little comments here and there. And, that's fine, I guess. It doesn't really bother me. But now it's awkward. And, like, I knew it was a mistake. And before we ever went out, I was like, yo, I've made this mistake before. I've tried to go out with a coworker. I'm not going to do it because I know how it's going to end. Yeah. And she just kept pushing. And eventually I was like, fine, give it a shot. And then lo and behold, I was 100% correct.
Yeah, I bet. Well, do you think you'll make the same mistake a third time if the opportunity arises?
I definitely don't intend to.
No one intends to make a mistake.
Yeah.
Right? If you intend to do something, then it cannot be a mistake.
Well, yes and no. I think it's the consequences that make it a mistake.
No,
you just do an action.
I think the intent
You just do
is
an
what
action.
Makes it a mistake. Maybe. I don't know. If it could be a, Jim and Pam from The Office kind of thing, maybe. But, like, I don't think that's going to happen. It's highly unlikely with the career path I want to go down. I don't think that's going to happen. I want to get my master's and go into counseling. So, like, that would be a huge ethical thing to try and date a patient or anything like that. And then if I wanted to date a coworker, then it'd just be awkward there too. So, like, it would have to be a 1 in a million, 1 in a billion chance of, like, worlds collide, and it just makes the perfect kind of opportunity where things just line up exactly correct. Is that you will that you would make this mistake again.
I'm not saying no. I'm saying I don't intend to.
Yeah. Okay.
That landscaping is so annoying, and I'm sorry if it comes across on the audio. We did not plan for them to be doing this right now.
It's a bit distracting too.
It's very distracting. It's like on and off and on and off and on and off.
Are you excited to go home for break?
Kind of. Not super, but like a little bit. You know, it's nice to go home and see my friends from high school and see my family, but I'm gonna go home and like not have anything to do except chores and helping out with family stuff for the next couple of weeks, and then I come back and I work, and then I have comps. So
It's just a little.
yeah, it's going, it's gonna happen. It is what it is. Are you excited to go home?
Yeah, that'll be good. I'm excited to see family and
Are you-
not have anything to do.
Yeah. Are you going to see your girlfriend's family?
Not
Or
this
just-
year, no. This year we're going separate ways.
Nice. You're gonna spend an extra couple days down here though,
Yeah.
and stay with her, and then go back home.
Yep.
And then wish you watching your bird while you're in what is it, Patagonia? Patagonia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Patagonia.
I almost said Puerto Rico. I was like, that's not right.
No, a little bit further south. Or
Yeah,
quite
it's
bit
a little
further
bit,
south,
a little bit on the other side.
Yeah.
Starts with a P. It's all the same. It's
I
not the
don't think
U.S.
so.
It might as well just all be Mexico. It's,
I don't think so. I feel like you want to at least know what kind of clothes to be wearing.
yeah,
I wear very different clothes in Puerto Rico than I would in Patagonia.
true. Is it the
Patagonia's
the
like
seasons are switched, right? So you'll be
Yeah.
down there for summer.
Yeah, it'll be summertime there. I think I'm going. Patagonia's like the region. It's like, it covers up Chile and Argentina.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be in the Chile side, and we're gonna
Nice.
spend the whole month traveling all over the country of Chile. So I'll be in Patagonia for a good bit of the trip, but there will be times where I'm not. It'll be cool. So, and since Chile is like super long and skinny, like all up South America on the west coast, so it'll be like pretty warm in some places and like really cold in others. So
Nice.
I gotta bring a bunch of different kinds of clothes.
Yeah, and you're supposed to be able to see penguins there, right? Is that
Yeah, but
what you
not
said?
not like the same kind of like penguins. I picture penguins like all huddled up, getting the shit kicked out of them by the wind on Antarctica, like freezing. Not those kind of penguins. Like the ones that
Yeah.
live on the rocks, like
Yeah.
a little bit further north in the warmer areas.
a penguin's a penguin to
They're
me.
still cute, but they stink. Like, have you ever smelled them at the zoo?
Yeah.
They are like, oh, that is a rape smell. Yeah.
That's most animals at the zoo, though.
Yeah, but penguins are different because, like, back home, like, I'm lucky and I know, like, one of the guys who can give me behind the scene tours at the zoo. And, like, so we've, like, gone and fed, like, a lot of different kinds of animals. And I will tell you, penguins are the worst. They smell the strongest.
That's crazy. Is it like just because they're feathers or something, or
So,
so like their diet because they just eat fish?
It's just raw fish, like,
Yeah,
and then, yeah,
does not sound fun.
no, it's a mistake.
Yeah,
Do not feed penguins. No, I'm just kidding. It's actually fun. It's worth the smell.
yeah.
It's worth the smell. It's
As long as you're not covered in it by the end, you just
yeah. And then there's gonna be a lot of good food.
you keep talking.
Oh, a lot of good food. Pisco sours. It's like this, which is like, I don't even know what it is. I know it's a drink. It's like, I don't know, but I don't know the ingredients. It's a cocktail you get in South America.
Sure.
But my professor the whole time, he's been like talking about the trip, and it's a hiking trip. So like we're gonna be going on hikes like pretty much every day, and he's like, so like I don't recommend you drink very much. And every time like he made a scavenger hunt, and like one of the things on the scavenger hunt is a pisco sour, and if you can find everything on the scavenger hunt, you like win a prize at the end of the class. But it's like he put in bold like only one. It's like so funny. Like he's just been dropping it like every time we've met to like not drink, not drink, not drink.
Yeah.
Because with we're gonna be hiking like miles, so you just want to like feel good. But then also we're at like way higher altitude than Florida, so it will affect you like way harder.
Yeah.
Way more.
What's the average elevation you're gonna be at?
Oh,
It's like 5,000, 10,000.
I don't know the average because I guess there'll be times where we're on the coast, but also I think like several thousand feet at least.
Gotcha.
Look it up. But it's gonna be fun.
I hope so. Sounds fun. I would have enjoyed being able to go to like Italy or something, but I think the only time they ever offered that would have been our freshman year when COVID hit. Because I think they, like, it had been listed at some point and then they just took it off.
To go where? What did you say?
Italy?
Italy? Yeah. I haven't seen that one, but I don't remember seeing that one at all. So.
Yeah, I've heard people talk about it, like seniors back when I was, or when we were freshmen.
That one would be like the food.
Yeah.
Wine.
Return to the homeland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I thought Italy, Sicily counts as Italy?
It's technically it's part of Italy, but
I know
it's its own island. It's just
like, I'm not Italian, I'm Sicilian.
Yeah. Well, half my family is Italian and half is Sicilian, so same. I still don't like that my grandmother did all that heritage. So like she did the 23andMe.
She did do it.
Yeah.
So they can make a bio.
Well, that's exactly what I'm saying. That's what's gonna happen.
You're gonna get her with it.
Yeah, you give them your DNA, then they just have it on file.
Yeah.
And they can connect it to like basically anyone that's slightly related to you.
Well,
so they're just gonna make a bioweapon to like. Someone speaks out against the government, they're going to make a bioweapon that just targets your DNA, like you and maybe your close family.
Yeah.
And like no one else will be affected. Maybe someone like gets sick if they're tangentially related to you some way, but then you just like die of a heart attack. It's like the heart attack gun from the CIA, but like bioweapons. It's terrifying.
Terrifying, yeah.
I just hope nothing happens, but you know, if I get to a place of prominence, that would not be the lowest on my list of concerns. We'll put it that way.
Yeah, it's weird how someone can own information, store in like such intimate information about you that you probably don't even really know fully.
Yeah. We just like you give it to them, and they're like, haha.
Yeah.
They just run off and put it in their vault.
Pie chart. Like, yeah. Look at the colors.
Like, yes, we're gonna tell you where you're from. Sure. That's all we're gonna do with this information that gives us 100% of your DNA. We can perfectly replicate you.
Yeah. Like, have you seen the movie? What's that Jordan Peele movie called Where They All Live Underground? Us,
yeah. Where they have the identical twins and they all like get out and do the Nancy Reagan hold hands across America at the end.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is a wild movie.
It was, if I'm being honest, I didn't love it.
Really? I like all of those movies a lot.
I liked Get Out. Get Out was really fun.
Get Out was good.
I just like the psychological part of that, of like, you're going, and I get, the racial topic is interesting too.
Yeah.
But just the mother there can put you into your own mind.
What do they call that space?
Oh,
I can't remember.
I don't know. Was it liminal space? It wasn't liminal space. That's the like back rooms.
I don't know. Anyways.
Whatever it is, but just like she can sink you back into you so that someone else can take over you.
It's wild.
Yeah, that's such an interesting concept.
Yeah, because she halfway sedates you before the surgery or whatever, but
yeah.
And then
it's more of the like therapy part. Yeah. Just like you like go back and watch yourself on a TV essentially. And it's like, whoa.
And then with the camera flash, like you have a moment of clarity and you can get through. That part freaks me out every time. He's like, come on guys, I need to get out of here. But the creepiest scene in that entire movie is the very last one when the lady is sitting on the end of the bed eating cereal and drinking milk with a straw. Like, she's like eating dry cereal and drinking a glass of milk. That is terrifying.
Yeah.
It's serial killer shit, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, they all do it. They all drink a glass of milk.
Sitting crisscross applesauce on the end of the bed.
Oh, just terrifying.
Like, silk pajamas with her head in a ponytail pulled like straight back. Like that, not very many scenes like stick with me. But that one creeped me out.
I like ghost movies more.
Like what? I haven't seen very many ghost movies.
Well, it might be kind of cliche to say it, but I really liked The Conjuring, the first one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah.
Those are good.
I used to like The Exorcist, but then I watched the extended cut, and I was like, just kill me now. It's so
I've never
boring.
seen The Exorcist, I don't think.
Well, so most of the movie is talking.
Is it the same
Anyways.
world as The Conjuring?
No. Well, I mean, it all takes place on Earth, but
I know,
it's
but,
not.
like,
It's
I know
not the
some
same.
of
It's not the
movies are,
same
like,
universe.
same-
No.
Yeah.
It's not like The Conjuring and The Conjuring 2. It's not like that.
And The Nun
But-
isn't that in it?
Yeah, the Nun's in
And
there. The
Annabelle.
Curse of La Llorona, Annabelle.
Yeah.
I think they were gonna do a Crooked Man one at some point, and then they canceled it.
Is the Crooked Man?
It's from Conjuring 2.
Is that the one with the old man in the
He's-
chair?
That's the movie, but that's not who he is.
I know,
He's
but
the
like, the Crooked Man is the one that comes out of the tent thing or something. He's like super tall.
yeah, he does come out of the tent. But I don't know why I was thinking of the scene where he like turns into the dog and like.
Oh, I don't
Well,
know.
the dog's barking because they go off to the neighbor's house and the dog's barking, and then one of the girls gets up to like go investigate, and while she's looking, the dog's fully in the shadows, and he turns into the Crooked Man. He starts, lumbering down the hallway.
But yeah, anyways.
I don't know.
That's
That's so The Exorcist is. I can't believe you haven't seen it. It's like one of the most famous horror movies of all time.
maybe I have and I've forgotten that.
That's the one where like your mother sucks cocks in hell, like that line came from that.
I don't know.
Essentially, that kind of stuff.
I don't know.
So, the girl Reagan gets possessed, and it's the exorcist comes in and tries to exorcise her, and he just most of the movie is like talking. There's not a lot of action. Like all the action takes place in one bedroom, and it's just like the bed is floating, or the girl's head turns around, or something like that. Like she vomits a couple times. So it's nothing crazy, but the extended cut is like an hour and a half of just dialogue scenes. Like you sit there, and it's just mind numbing, because like there's just not that much for them to talk about.
Yeah, it really sounds like it's dragging on.
Yeah, I tried to watch that on a date, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, this was a
Was it a
mistake."
coworker?
Yes,
Was it a mistake? It was
that
almost-
watching that movie was yes.
Yeah. Nice.
What followed that was not, but
Um,
the movie was a mistake. We
Yeah.
shut that off and put something else on. I don't remember what the other thing was.
horror movies are good to watch on dates.
Yeah.
My girlfriend doesn't really like horror movies that much though. We watch Smile. Have you seen,
Oh, yeah,
have you seen Smile? I like that one a lot. I really enjoy the ending just because like I don't know. I like it when the bad guy wins. It's just entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
You get that a lot more in horror movies.
it creeped me out a lot the first time that I watched it, and then the second time I watched it was with my girlfriend. It didn't bother me as much, of course, but it creeped her out.
Nice. Yeah, I remember it was in like freshman year. I was watching M. Night Shyamalan's The Visit. I think that's what it's called. It's where
Is it with the grandparents?
yeah, where the kids
Yeah.
go to see their grandparents, and then the whole twist ending.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the grandparents aren't their grandparents. They
Yeah.
killed them.
Dude, I love it when he
But-
smashes the old guy's head in the fridge.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's good, nice retribution right there. But no, the scene that gets everyone to jump is, that one scene where the girl puts the, well, kind of, but no, the girl puts the camera up on the thing in the living room, and the grandmother has the sundowning syndrome, which she just like turns into a freak at night and like runs around naked and crawls around and stuff. And so she's like doing stuff and goes off screen, and then it's just like quiet for a second, and she just pops up right in front of the camera staring at it, and then disappears again. Like that one always gets people, so it was funny watching it with a big group of people, and I was the only one that had seen it. So as soon as that came on, I just turned and looked at everyone and waited for it to come on, and every single person almost jumped out of their chair.
I remember it scaring me the first time I saw that movie too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the first time I saw it was I was watching it with my girlfriend who had seen it before me, so she started squeezing me tighter and tighter right before it happened, so I knew something was coming, but not that. It was funny.
Yeah. M. Night Shyamalan movies are pretty good at just like kind of, it's a right turn from wherever you think it's going.
Yeah.
It's just like it makes sense. M. Night Shyamalan.
That's the name of the studio or person?
I think he's the director.
The director.
Yeah. So he did Get Out. did that one with the aliens. Was it?
Nope.
No, that was Jordan Peele.
No, I thought you just said Get Out. Get Out was Jordan Peele too.
What did I just say? Get Out? That's not what I meant. M. Night Shyamalan did The Village. He did The Visit. He did the one with the aliens.
Aliens in the Attic.
The End. No. No. I can't remember what the one with the aliens is. But that one had a pretty good twist ending too. But he's known for those twist endings.
Nice. I don't know if I've seen any of his other movies except for The Visit.
Nah, you should though.
The Village was the other one you said?
Yeah. It's like it takes place in a what do they call it? Pagan, like a pagan village, like from the New World, like right after they discovered America.
Mm.
But then the twist ending is just absolutely crazy with that one. They're like plagued by these big monsters that come and kidnap people. They're just like they're basically isolated from everyone, so they have no contact with the outside world.
Get fucked.
Yeah, it's pretty neat though, because none of them are super graphic. It's all just like psychological.
Cool. Sometimes that's even scarier.
Yeah, so you have to imagine what's going on. You can't just like see it.
Yeah.
So your mind makes something scarier. What is the biggest mistake that you ever made? Like you knew it was a mistake, and you're like, I'm gonna do that again.
Probably getting caught smoking weed the second time. Or the third time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. Alright, I won't do it again for a little while. Oh, never mind, you know.
Lucky I never did any of that kind of stuff when my parents were around.
Yeah.
Never got caught doing anything like that.
Yeah.
There's definitely a lot of stuff they wouldn't approve of that I've done, but
yeah.
none of it that was bad enough or to the level that they would have cared. Yeah.
The storage thing I do, it's not that bad, so.
Yeah, you could have been addicted to crack.
Yeah. Or even nicotine. Like, I think I didn't vape.
Those are the
That's
worst
a
people.
mistake.
Yeah.
Vaping is a mistake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Being a freshman in high school, vaping, hotboxing in the bathroom. Ugh.
Have you seen those videos? I saw this video on like Instagram where it was like a plumber cleaning out for some reason stalls in the high school bathroom weren't flushing anymore, and it's like, this is disgusting. Why am I watching this video on Instagram? But I continued anyways, and all of a sudden they opened it up, and you know what was clogging the toilets?
Vapes?
Like hundreds of vapes and carts and stuff.
Gross.
It's just so sad. Like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
I don't,
Especially how many were in like the sewage, but also.
Yeah. You know, someone's like, quick, the teacher's coming, and they just like flush it to get rid of it so you can't get caught.
Yeah, you hear those walkie-talkies, security's rolling up, like,
yeah.
Flush it.
Mm-hmm.
The keys jangling.
Yep. Yeah. But I've gotten like, what do they call it, like secondary highs from people smoking and vaping, and like it just makes me sick to even just be around it.
Yeah.
And I don't understand how people can get into it in the first place.
I mean, nicotine feels good for some people, like, especially like once you get used to it not feeling like making you feel sick. People say it calms them down, but like also I feel like maybe it's because like not having nicotine is when you feel anxious, so that might be why.
Yeah, it's the withdrawals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like caffeine, and like they taste good or can.
Yeah. Did you hear that? Was it Juul they got sued, or they got restricted in some way because they had all of their different flavors. Like, I don't know if there was a thing in your high school that, like, Juul had all the different flavors, like mango and the peach and all the just, like, funky, fun flavors. Yeah. So I think they got sued because of it.
They got in trouble because they were, like, targeting kids.
Yeah, that's what they said, is all those different flavors were targeting kids.
Yeah.
Because all the kids in school were like, oh, hi, I got the mango flavor. Let's go hotbox the car. Let's go hotbox the bathroom.
Yeah. Well, I think it's stupid to like. I know Jewel got the rap for that, but like literally or like not the gas station vapes. I guess like Jewel's a gas station vape that did the flavors, but like you can go into the vape shop and you can get like. My buddies back home, his favorite before he quit was like Red Bull flavored, and like you can get like Sour Patch Kids, you can get like donut, like Krispy Kreme donut, like all kinds of crazy shit. At least as far as
all the stuff that you gotta like go into a designated shop for, not just the corner store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like maybe it's different now because I don't know, I don't buy that stuff. I'm not around people who do anymore, so maybe it's all that has been gone away with, but.
I don't know, it could just be that literal fact that it's like something you got to go into a separate store for.
Yeah.
Of like you have to be 18 or what is it at 21 now to buy any sort of tobacco nicotine products. So they could just like if it's sold exclusively in smoke shops versus just gas stations. Yeah, could be something along those lines.
Cigars are the best.
Yeah, cigars are pretty nice.
Every once in a while, yeah, they're really good.
Mhm. It's nice when you can find a brand that you like and just kind of go with that.
Yeah.
Now I know enough about them to have like a couple options for what I like in terms of brands and type of cigar and that kind of stuff. I know how big it is, like how big of a cigar I want to smoke before I like would start to get sick or anything.
Yeah, I don't know them that well yet, but I just know that like I like the acid ones with the flavored tips because it makes it sweet. So
yeah, those are definitely a good intro cigar.
The best part about them is just like sitting outside and talking to somebody. Like I don't really,
Yeah.
The cigar's like just there, but it's not really why it's nice.
Yeah. My grandfather, when he was down here visiting, he didn't smoke one because they used to be like huge cigarette smokers, and they finally managed to kick it. So he doesn't want to like tempt himself into starting that again.
Yeah.
I think that was his reasoning at least. But yeah, he went and sat outside with me one day when I was smoking one, and went and smoked one with my brother while we were fishing. That was kind of a mistake, not intentional, not a second time I've made it.
Mm-hmm.
Just like it happened to be windy, blowing directly back at our face. So it's like the whole time I'm trying to smoke it, it's just directly coming back in my face.
Eyes.
Yeah, that was gross. Yeah, I was breathing it in like a cigarette essentially, just like on accident because the wind was blowing it back at me.
Yep.
It was not fun. Yeah. But we managed to catch some fish, so that was pretty nice. Is it his first time seeing a puffer fish like that you could just catch in the ocean?
Well, that's cool. Those are always fun to catch. I've only caught them. Did I catch? I don't know. I don't remember if I caught it when we went fishing or you went caught it.
I think we both caught one.
Did we both catch one?
Yeah, I mean I know I've caught a whole bunch of them, but
I just remember one time seeing one. So.
Yeah, they're so gross though, because they're supposed to inflate. So when they're deflated, their skin is all just loose, and you feel their I don't know if they're ribs.
They're only supposed to inflate if they're like freaked out or pissed off. Like it's stressful for them.
Yeah, you don't think you'd be freaked out and pissed off if someone hooked you in the side of the mouth with a big giant hook and started pulling you into space?
I suppose, but I don't know. They have a beak though.
Yeah, they kept biting all of our lures in half.
Yeah.
So my brother was just casting it out, and every time he's reeling it in, he's like, "I got something," and then it would just bite through the lure.
Like a clean cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a pair of shears.
Mm-hmm.
It's impressive.
It really is. It's kind of annoying though. You go through like 10, 15 lures.
But.
So my work, we just had our holiday party, and I mean that was fine. Nothing special. It was just a little potluck in the break room.
A white elephant thing? Is that what it's called?
Secret Santa, not White Elephant.
What is white elephant?
White Elephant is where everyone brings a gift, but it's not like tagged for anyone.
Oh.
And then you go around, and the first person gets to pick the gift, and the second person can choose to take it or pick a new gift or something like that.
I've never done either of them, so.
Secret Santa is just everyone puts their name in a pot and you draw it out.
Yeah.
And you get that person a gift. So it's the same thing as regular shopping, except the person doesn't know you're getting them.
Ah, nice.
So, but we have a new person at work, and I mean, she seems like a nice lady. She seems to be hardworking. But they've had our like newest, worst employee training her for the last 3 weeks or so, and I just I can't wrap my mind around why they would do that.
I don't know.
Like I think the very first day she was being trained by Brooklyn, and Brooklyn is like the laziest person who works at my job. Like the first day on one of my other coworkers was being trained by Brooklyn, and Brooklyn left them in the area after feeding breakfast, and then just left for the entire day. Like went off to the office with management and like played on the computer the whole day.
Nice.
And I think she's been a little more involved with Tara, but like not much.
Yeah. Huh.
And then they also have Sierra training her, and Sierra is not good friends with the office management people like Brooklyn is, so it's a little bit better because she's like there most of the day.
Yeah.
But Sierra is by far she is the worst about time management and just like getting things done, and she's also the newest employee, so she doesn't know as much as anybody else, and I just don't understand why they paired those two together.
Yeah. Did you ever figure out who was switching up the chemicals?
No. No.
Did it stop?
For the most part. There's been a couple times. We thought someone had switched them the other day and put just water back in the bleach container. But we found out, we tested it, the container is backflowing water into it. So it's just diluting the bleach as you run it. So if you're just using it for like a quick second, it doesn't really do anything. But then if we're like out doing the yard, you gotta bleach the whole yard. You're spraying for like 10-15 minutes.
Yeah.
It's just basically completely diluting it to the point where it's just water.
Oh, makes sense.
Does it? Doesn't make sense.
I think so.
Doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
No.
Well, it shouldn't be back to draining it or whatever.
No.
Whoa.
We don't know why it is. Like, we're supposed to take it apart, like take the lid off, the sprayer lid off, so that it doesn't corrode because of the bleach. Because it's the, like, extra strength commercial bleach that's supposed to kill everything.
Yeah.
So you're not even really supposed to be near it without a mask on.
Yeah.
So that's, we're supposed to take we're supposed. What's funny is it's sitting on like the same shelf as the Rescue, which is hydrogen peroxide based.
Oh, yeah.
And you mix bleach and hydrogen peroxide, and you get like mustard gas.
Of course.
So.
They demonetized for sure.
Maybe. I don't know. Hopefully not.
Yeah.
But it's funny that like we're so inconsiderate with where we store everything. Like all of our chemicals are in like it's probably a 5-foot by 10-foot wide closet, and it's just like we got shelves. I don't know, but we have the fire tower in there. I don't know what it's actually called, fire column. And it's like where all the hookups and stuff are.
Oh, okay.
If the fire department needs it. So at least there's that. But we got like a little slop sink on the floor. But like we just have like 5-gallon buckets of all sorts of different chemicals. We got bleach all up on the like middle shelf.
Nice.
Just a bunch of stupid stuff. For no reason. It just frustrates me that they put like the worst person, and it's not even that they didn't know. Because one of my other coworkers is like actively trying to get her fired.
Oh, nice.
Because she's like just that bad.
Well, maybe they're just like giving her something to do with a chance to like succeed at it, to give them a reason to not fire her. If it goes poorly, get rid of her.
Could be, I
guess. It's kind of a
guess.
stupid thing to pick. I think training a new person with a bad person. So maybe it's hopefully not what they're doing. But
I don't know at this point. My work is pretty, like, for as amazing as my job is, management is kind of special needs.
Seems like that's the case with a lot of places, maybe.
Yeah.
Or there's like a disconnect between management and the managees.
Yeah. Part of it. just employees. I think part of it though is my manager has not been CCT. Like my level is called CCT, and then the manager is just the manager. So my manager was a CCT like 6 years ago.
Oh.
So she hasn't done my job for like 6 years.
Oh, yeah.
So I think she's kind of out of touch. I mean, she's the most in touch of everyone else in the office.
Yeah.
And like, the director was never a
That's better
CCT.
than having never ever done it. I feel like a lot of places
Yeah,
can hire
yeah.
someone who's never done it.
Yeah, well, everyone else in the office was hired on just like for their position.
Yeah.
They weren't hired on for a CCT and promoted. So while it is better, she has like some functional understanding. It's to the point. I think it's been long enough that she doesn't actually remember how hard it is to do our job.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying my job is hard, but like just there's so much random stuff going on all the time,
Yeah.
dealing with live animals, and then dealing with all sorts of volunteers and tours and management and coworkers, and
Mm-hmm.
there's just so much random stuff going on at any given time that it's hard for us to adjust when they start implementing new stuff. Like they just said we have to start cleaning extra parts of the kennels because people touch it with their hands.
Oh.
It's like, really? What is it like? We have Windex and people like actively clean it. Now I don't know how germicidal Windex is necessarily,
Germicidal.
but
Yeah.
you know, it gets cleaned regularly, and none of the dogs touch that. So while it might not be super sanitary, it's not like dirty and disgusting. It's just
Yeah.
there.
But it's
for
one
lack of a
more
better
thing
word.
to do.
Yeah, it's gonna take 3 times as long to do the same amount of work because they want us to do it slightly differently, or they want us to do slightly more, and it's just for no reason.
I'm sure. Just start doing like a really bad job for a little while, so she realizes like.
Yeah, start being way behind on everything.
Yeah.
Just hold on. I'm trying to clean. I'll be there in 5 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
30 minutes later. Sorry, I was trying to clean.
Yeah. And then she'll be like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think a better way would just be like once a month, once every other month, they have to do a full day as a CCT.
Oh yeah.
They'll just like go around and do one day of pick a department just to see how hard it is.
Yeah.
Just like, can you keep up now that you haven't been here for 6 years? I don't think so.
Yeah. That would be good. Keep them just grounded.
Yeah, I think that's... Now, I haven't worked in a grocery store, but I think that could be why grocery stores function a little bit differently.
Yeah.
You know, like don't the managers walk around, at least
Oh,
floor
yeah.
managers,
When I worked,
like, they walk around and kind of, they're on top of things, they help people.
yeah, at the grocery store I worked at in high school, like all of the managers, did everything that everyone else did too, like on
Yeah.
top of being a manager.
Yeah, so like
Some of
there
them were
they...
dicks and like didn't help like as much as others, but they all were more than just like the manager.
Yeah.
Yeah, they never forgot like what the other people.
Yeah, I think if you can maintain that understanding and that, maybe not skill level, but at least the understanding of what actually goes into it, then you'll be more accommodating, more flexible with, when it comes to changing stuff like that.
Yeah, even the owners would like walk around and do absolutely everything.
Nice.
But my grocery store was like in the nice little neighborhood, a bunch of old people like had a reputation to uphold of being like very friendly. So maybe it's different in other places.
I don't know. I'm just glad I've never had to do it.
Yeah, it sucked. I don't know. The fluorescent lighting is really bad.
The repetitive songs on the
Repetitive
radio,
songs.
but the old people loved
People
it.
will get using their coupons, dude, to buy a piece of fruit. Yeah.
And get 2 cents off.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, those 2 cents add up.
Mm-hmm. The worst, not even the worst part, but one bad, unfun part about my job was that the grocery store was also like the fallout shelter for the area.
Oh, nice.
So like the basement was a full-on like bomb shelter with like food, like preservatives and stuff. But it was the creepiest fucking basement I'd ever been in. and I had to go down in it every night to turn off the lights. And there was not like one switch to turn off the lights. You had to walk to each individual bulb and either unscrew it or pull it by the little chain.
Oh, that's
and like,
really
this place
annoying.
looked like a dungeon, dude. It was all bricks, like brick walls with like the support beams like in the middle.
Yeah.
Creepy like there were Halloween decorations, the Christmas decorations, like water dripping, just random puddles that you had to remember where they were once it was dark so that you wouldn't step in them. And then also down there were the big freezers where we keep all the meat
Nice.
and stuff. And if you didn't prop those up open right, like the door would close on you, and it was kind of hard to open them from the inside.
Yeah.
It was fucking cold.
I'm sure they were.
Yeah. And I don't think anyone would really get cared if I didn't show up for a while.
So when you say turn like just the lights in the basement, you had to go down in the basement to turn off the lights in the basement, not turn off the lights up in the main store, right?
Yeah, just the lights in the basement. Because like that's where we keep like excess stock too.
Yeah.
So you'd have to like have them on during the day to bring
Oh,
stuff
I
up.
see. I was gonna say if you don't need to go down there,
No,
then why do you?
They're on every day.
That seems annoying.
Yeah. I was lucky. I never had to turn them on. I only had to turn them
Yeah.
off. Yeah.
That's slightly easier, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe not a lot, but a little bit.
But what was cool is like in the very back corner, like way opposite of the stairs, and like the basement, like is the entire grocery store. Like we just open, so it's like really big.
Yeah.
And so you can go all the way to the other corner opposite of where the stairs are, and there's a ladder that goes straight up to the roof as like a lookout. So
Nice.
you can like see the whole block.
Yeah.
It was cool.
See when people are
A lot of
parking and walking away.
you sneak through.
A lot of what?
Cobwebs and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
No one ever went up there except for the guy who trained me, who probably wasn't the ideal employee to have training the new employees. But he's like, dude, you gotta check this out. So we just went down there first shift and he crawled all the way up to the top.
Nice.
Yeah. So.
Those are always the fun people, the ones who kind of don't care.
Yeah.
Like they know all the fun stuff to do.
Mm-hmm. Dude, you gotta check this out.
Yeah.
Then he quit like a couple weeks after.
Nice. I was lucky at my second job. My one of my best friends from back home he already worked there, so he trained me. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
I've met it's not the owner, it's one of the founders. I met one of the founders of that company. It's pretty neat. It's like my dad's friend was dating them or something.
Nice.
It's like super random, and then they showed up in I think I was actually at work when they had like a dinner party or something.
Yeah.
My parents texted me, they're like, hey, this lady who's here founded your company. I'm like, oh,
nice.
Neat.
That's cool.
Yeah. Got a lot of weird connections like that.
Yeah.
So like my dad has a lot of weird connections like that then I end up meeting a lot of the time.
Yeah, the world's smaller than you think in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
It's also really big in a lot of ways.
It's pretty cool. Until you start doing things wrong, then it's not very cool. Screw those people though.
Yeah, it's fine.
You do what you enjoy. Unless you enjoy it too much, then don't do it. Gambling. Do you know 99% of gamblers quit right before they hit it big?
I did not know that.
Gambling addicts.
Mm-hmm.
Gambling addicts, yeah.
You were betting me. That movie was so funny.
That was.
Dirty Money.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, Dirty Work.
Dirty Work. Dirty Work.
It's a very different movie.
Dirty Money's a movie too.
Yeah.
Oh, Dirty Work.
I'm pretty sure it's a movie. 99% sure.
The doctor's like, are you a betting man? I bet everything I had on him not surviving or something like that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Everybody look, a crossing guard grabbed an 8-year-old ass.
Yeah.
So random. Yeah, I was right, it's a movie.
What's it about?
Well, it's a television series. My bad.
Oh,
My bad. It's on Netflix.
Oh, I'm not interested.
I don't care that. I knew I'd seen it before. It's very different though, that's for sure.
Well, that's about it for this episode of the Lateral Move podcast. Thank you all for listening.
If, after listening to all of our nonsense, you feel like you're not in the same place you were, but you might as well be sure to tune in next week and don't forget to like and subscribe.
And comment below your biggest repeat mistake that you've ever made.